my dear CEOs and fellow hamsters. Today's video is gonna hit you right where it counts. Your wallet. Think you've got your finances all figured out? Well, I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Whether you're swiping your credit card daily or stuck in routines that wreck your potential wealth, I'm here to shake things up and drop some hamster-sized wisdom on all of you. Today, I found out humans love these things called credit cards. And I totally get it. I love running on my hamster wheel just as much as you love running in circles paying interest on those cards. But here's the tea. If you want to roll in the riches, there's one important thing you have to do with your credit card. Let's check it out in this video.
If you use your credit cards, you do not want to be rich.
Well, anytime you say something about debt, people send it to me. Look
Right,
what Cubans say.
Tweets, yeah.
Look at what Cubans say.
Vice versa.
Yeah, so cut up your credit cards. If you use a credit card, you don't want to be rich.
Yep,
I like that line. That's a good line.
That's my favorite line. I tell it to people all the time. People then they ask me, well, where's the best place to invest? I said, your best place to invest is to pay off all your credit cards and burn them. Because your credit card, you know what your return is, right? If you get up, you're paying 15, 20% interest in one way or the other. And if you pay that down, you just earn 15 or 20%.
Folks, I've told you 100 times, and Forbes 400 wealthiest people in North America, when surveyed, asked what's the way to build wealth, what's the number one way to build wealth. 75% of wealthy people, not your broke brother-in-law with an opinion, but wealthy people say, get out of debt and stay out of debt.
Yep.
Because it gives you power over your largest wealth-building tool, which is your income.
Cut up your credit card? Not happening, mister. I mean, I get it. Debt is bad. But you're telling me the secret to riches is to burn the one thing that helps me buy shiny new snacks. Well, I guess if all the big seeds in the Forbes 400 are saying it, maybe I'll just gnaw on it a little and think about it. But if you take away my card, don't touch my snacks, okay? Let me tell you something, hamsters. Habits are a lot like tunnel toys. Some get you where you want to go, and others leave you stuck in a corner chewing your bedding for days because your owner can't find you anywhere. Anyway, let's see why some of your daily routines might be holding you back from the big bucks. Spoiler alert, some of you won't love it.
What would you say are those 3 habits that keep people stuck financially or feeling broke?
I would say not identifying habits that don't serve them, right? If I look back at people in my life, my family, others, they didn't realize that they had habits that actually pulled them away. The habit could be waking up in the morning, and I look at everything as a habit. It could be waking up in the morning and watching your news, no matter where you get your news from, right? Never in my life have I ever watched the news and felt empowered, right? So you could have a habit of waking up and watching the news that puts you in a reactive space, in a defensive space, and you're never innovating, you're never creating.
Yes.
Right? So I would look for habits. Like in the morning, you could wake up and just say 2 or 3 sentences of gratitude. You can get out of bed, drink a green drink, and take a walk. Or you could get up, click on the news, grab your phone, look at your emails and texts, find the bad one that puts you in a bad mood, and go have coffee and a donut. Now, I'm not knocking anyone, but they're both habits.
Yes.
Changing habits is like trying to teach a hamster to stop spinning the wheel at 3 a.m. Good luck with that. I mean, I see the point. Wake up, say some nice words, sip something healthy, feel like $1 million, or roll out of bed, get a huge breakfast, and let the chaos begin. I live for a bit of drama, but I'll try your fancy gratitude routine, man, right after I finish watching the news. Thanks for watching, Crypto Enthusiast. For more wisdom, don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. And remember, hamsters are power, one for all and all for one. Bye. My dear CEOs and fellow hamsters, today we're diving into some daily habits that might be draining your wallet faster than you'd think. These sneaky money stealers are hiding right under your nose, and I'm here to spill the seeds on how they're eating them up. So stick around, because it's time for a major hamstervention. All right, listen up, my furtastic friends. There's a certain silent thief lurking in your lives, gobbling up your savings one bite at a time. And no, it's not that stash of snacks you hide under your bed from your mama. Let's just say it's sneaky, it's shiny, and it costs way more than it should. Let's dive into this video and find out what's going on.
What do you think the biggest wealth killers are?
Car loans. It's because of a trend that I kept seeing. As I wrote the book, I was comparing all the debt levels of a consumer debt in America. We've heard the number, 1.7 trillion in student loans. There's a crisis out there. And then I looked up and I saw that car loans were meeting student loan debt. It was at 1.6 trillion when I wrote the book, and I was flabbergasted. How did we get here? How did we go from a car as a necessity from A to B? Back in my day, it was like 25 grand was a brand new car. And now it's normal for someone to call into the show and say, I bought a car, we have $50,000 loan at 9% interest on this car, and it just blows my mind.
Sorry, dude. I do not agree this time. Cars are still used to get from point A to point B. They're driving us straight from home to Debt City. Maybe instead of vroom vroom, it should be doom doom. The moral of the story. Be more like a hamster. We only need 2 little paws to get around. Well, 4 to be exact, but who's keeping track? So, we've got it. No 2 cars and yes, 2 hamster wheels. But this next guy says there's something much smaller and even more draining in our daily routines. This tiny habit is costing people thousands of dollars every year, as he said, and I'm pretty sure almost all of you are doing it. Sounds scary, but the solution might be simpler than you think. Let's gnaw on that in the next video.
Stop buying coffee for $5.50. You go to work, you spend $15 on a sandwich. What are you, an idiot? It costs you 99 cents to make a sandwich at home and bring it with you. You start to add that up every day, it's a ton of money. Most people, particularly working in metropolitan cities that are just starting out on their job, making their first $60,000, piss away about $15,000 a year on stupid stuff. And that's what they should stop doing.
$15 for a sandwich? Is there golden seeds in there or what? Anyway, you want me to prep meals and give up my 5 daily caffeine shots? Hamster, please. It's like running on a wheel with no snack breaks. Tons of effort and no joy in life. So next time you're tempted by the smell of fresh coffee, just ask yourself, what would a hamster do? Answer, stash it, and chew it later. No way I'm giving up on this black magic. But who knows, maybe that's some solid advice for humans who want to stash some cash. For more wisdom, don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. And remember, hamsters are power. One for all and all for one. Bye.